Hello YouTube, I'm Livvii and I suddenly thought, what am I going to do? I have so much time in my hands and very little money. And so I had to think and I suddenly thought, I'm going to tell you guys all about my very boring life. So enjoy.
Made you feel like it's not such a bad world. Hey man, now you're really
First things first, I thought that I know nothing about you guys and you know nothing about me. So, in order to make you guys learn something about me, I thought 7 facts about Livvii. Number 1, I'm 18, okay? I don't feel 18, I'm actually coming up to 19 now, and it's scary. It's scary that, you know, it feels only yesterday that I was 16 thinking 18 is going to be the best age in the world. Let me tell you people of 16, 18 is not the best age in the world. Not long after my 18th birthday I moved out. I pursued something which I thought was the best thing for me. I also thought the second I turned 18 that was it. I had all the freedom in the world and I didn't need my parents. It's a fact for you. I need my parents. My parents have only just stopped giving me money and I'm finding it incredibly difficult. Also, the thing about being 18 is, yeah, you can go out and drink and do what you want, but trust me, that wears off. I have a serious condition, struggle drinking. So to me, being 18, it just made things harder. Drinking isn't all that. Yeah, I went out clubbing for the first time a couple of days after my 18th and got completely drunk with my friends, because that's what a lot of 18-year-olds do. But honestly, now, it's worn off. And I know that doesn't seem a lot. I was like, well, I'm now nearly 19, I'm grown up. I don't see the point in going out getting drunk 24/7. I have better things to do with my life. Number 2. As I mentioned previous in my fact, I have moved out. I am now at university. I'm at Bucks New University and I study performing arts. When people come up to me and say, oh really, have you always wanted to do acting? No. No, I never wanted to do acting. I remember in year 8, we had a career day and we had to come in dressed as what we wanted to be when we were older. Well, I came in as a fashion designer. I can't really draw and I really know nothing about fashion if you have a look at my wardrobe. But it took me a while. It wasn't until I was 17 probably, and I was doing A-level drama because it was the only thing I was decent at, that I'd actually decided perhaps maybe I should actually try and pursue this. You know, it's also really infuriating, and I know fellow actors, performing artists, everything out there, when you tell them that you're doing a performing arts degree, a lot of people laugh at you. A lot of people are like, oh, when are you going to start doing your real degree? Well, yeah, I'm not doing English or maths or science or something that's incredibly academic that a lot of people see as university. I'm actually working just as hard as those people. I've just finished my first year, and quite frankly, I didn't do as well as I wanted to. It's a hard subject, you know. University is difficult. You go from being the best at what you do, and then suddenly you're surrounded by people that have also come at being the best at what they are. You go from suddenly being the best in your class to maybe the worst. It's so difficult. A lot of people of my generation will talk about their scene phase, when they wore black and purple and that was it. Those brightly coloured like bangles on and everything was skull and crossbones, and you know, you go through the phase of having your hair to the point where it was down here and completely backcombed out. You know, I'm not saying that's a bad look, it's just a lot of people have it. My scene phase, in a way, I was like, yeah, I've totally grown out my scene phase. I don't hairspray my hair as much, you know, blah blah blah. But my boyfriend absolutely hates my fashion sense. Well, did anyway. Because I'd wear skinny jeans and band t-shirts and that's it. And he was like, oh no, you're a girl, you should look more girly. And in a way, I didn't have the same fashion taste as everyone else. I didn't have the confidence as everyone else. So in a way, I found it difficult. I mean, now I'm wearing sort of more dresses and girlier things. But my scene phase lasted a hell of a lot longer than I thought it did. You know, I was 13 and I thought I was all that, and I used to go out with all these guys that were a lot older than me and they were all smoked and I thought they were the coolest things ever. And then I was like, oh no, I've totally grown out of that. But in a way I hadn't. In a way I was still the person that was quite closed and didn't express themselves very well. So for me, I think that a scene phase is not something you necessarily grow out of. People take the mick and you walk down the street and go, oh my god, they're still in their scene phase. But honestly, I don't think anyone grows out of it. I think you slightly change. Just for is that I had a hair dyeing addiction. I swear, if they did the TV programme My Hair Dyeing Addiction, I would probably be on it. I started dyeing my hair when I was in year 8, and it was mainly because I have ginger genes in my family. There's nothing against gingers, nothing against them at all. But at that age, it's not what I wanted. So I begged and begged my mum to let me dye my hair. I then dyed it, and, well, I haven't really stopped since. I've been every single colour under the sun. It got to the point where actually, last year, I had turquoise hair and green hair because I thought that was cool and amazing, until I started taking my acting seriously and realised I couldn't go into acting having that colour hair. It had to be more natural. And so I dyed it darker, and I didn't like it, and I'd make more of an excuse to dye it. Well, the colour on it at the moment is dyed. But if you look closely, here, that's my natural colour, sort of a dark brown. And I'm trying to let it grow out, because it got to the point where my hair was thinning and it was in horrible condition. I'd been dyeing it for 5 years non-stop, and I suddenly decided that I can't keep doing that. I would end up with no hair. Also, hair dye is expensive. I'm not saying if you dye your hair you shouldn't, but for me, as someone who had very little money, I realised that hair dye was so expensive, and I couldn't keep on doing it. It was bad for my hair, and I want to look after my hair. So yeah, I had a hair dyeing addiction, and I'm slowly coming out of it on the other side. My boyfriend's a really good guitarist, and he absolutely really wanted me to learn how to play. Now, I wasn't going to go out and buy a guitar, and you can see sort of just behind me over here, I have 2 guitars. They're not amazing, but they're my boyfriend's old ones, and he was like, no, learn. And I was totally like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to learn how to play guitar. I'll be an amazing guitarist and everything. It lasted approximately 4 hours. I decided my fingers hurt and I didn't want to do it anymore. But naturally, I still tell my boyfriend that I am learning to play guitar. I would love to, and I pick it up every now and then and go, yeah, I'm really going to learn. But I'm one of those people that if my heart's not fully in it, I don't do it. And also, I think that I've always wanted to learn to play guitar, but I've never had anyone teach me. I've always had to do it myself. And even my boyfriend said he doesn't know how to teach people, he just plays. So I find it difficult. I find it difficult to learn how to play guitar. But I have promised I will learn, and I am going to. Number 6. This is a completely weird one, but I have a slight Little Mermaid addiction. My favourite film forever, Disney film, has been Little Mermaid. When I was little, whenever I went to the swimming pool, I would pretend to be a mermaid. I wanted to be a mermaid. I couldn't quite understand how Ariel wanted to be a human. It sucked. Unfortunately, I have a fear of deep water and fish and sharks. So being a mermaid probably wasn't practical for me. But I loved it. It was my favourite film, and ever since I've absolutely loved it. Now, I say I'm not an amazing drawer, but I do draw Little Mermaid a lot. Unfortunately, I don't obviously have any drawings at the moment because I'm currently in the state of moving out. But I do have so many drawings of the Little Mermaid. My mum took my little brother and sister to Disneyland earlier this year and asked what I wanted. I said anything Little Mermaid. My boyfriend's slightly worried because I'm constantly going on about the Little Mermaid. It's a Little Mermaid addiction. What can I say? It's fact 7. And a lot of teenagers have this issue when they get a job. I have a job. You know, I have to support myself. My parents don't give me much money. Another thing about turning 18, I've had to support myself. The only thing is, I'm absolutely rubbish at saving. You know, I do the thing of, yeah, I'll buy it now, and I'll sort of just like, I'll lend people money. I owe people so much money that I go shopping, I find something I like, and then I'm like, I'll pay you on payday. And then I work out how much money I'm getting and realise I'm struggling to eat food. You know, but it's fine because I have a new pair of jeans that are absolutely amazing. I'm rubbish at saving, and I want to go and save to go on holiday to Corfu next year, and I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to try, and that's the thing about me. Growing up, I've learnt that saving is something I'm going to have to do. I don't work mass hours, but I am getting, you know, a couple of £100 a month, and that's going to have to support me through university. That's going to have to pay towards my food. I do get student loans, but in the summer, obviously, I don't. So for my summer, that's having to pay for me. Unfortunately, a lot of my friends' birthdays are in the summer, and I'm not one of those people that just give them a card. If they're one of my best friends, I'm going to get you an amazing birthday present, because I feel it's kind of like a thank you for being an amazing friend. But I think as it's gone on, I've realised I don't have the money. So I'm having to learn to save, and I think a lot of teenagers have this problem. I went from only having sort of a part-time job at home and getting sort of only like £100. But it didn't matter because I didn't have to pay rent or food, and my parents did everything for me. So that £100 a month, I could just spend on whatever I wanted. There was a sale on Topshop, brilliant. I'd get whatever I wanted. You know, it was absolutely amazing. Now I've sort of gone from that transition to the money I make has to go on food and rent and everything during the summer. Unfortunately, during the summer is when all my friends are like, yeah, let's go bowling. Yeah, let's go out and do this. And I'm constantly having to say no because I don't have enough money because I've just bought something I don't necessarily need. So saving's a massive issue for me, but obviously, naturally, I'm learning to do it. I'm an adult now and I'm slowly turning into 19, which is a scary thought process because it means I'm going to be 20 next year and no longer a teenager. But I'm learning, and I'm hoping this transition of me learning and me going through my years at university is going to be shared with you guys, and hopefully you guys will help me out and I'll help you out. So yeah, that's 7 facts about Livvii, and hopefully I'll be posting videos every week around Friday, or maybe Saturday, or Sunday, or Monday, or whenever I get time to, because naturally I do have to work to learn how to save. But thank you guys, it's Livvii.